In this video, I am going to show the complete joystick kit installed on the John Deere 7130 tractor. This kit can be used on the complete 30 series John Deere tractors. There is not a loader installed on this tractor yet. The kit does include all the components that will take the kit all the way up to the steel lines on the loader. In this case though, the kit just comes up to here. Because the loader needs to be added yet. So I'll be showing you the control valve, the Power Beyond block, and then also the control valve and how that's installed on this tractor. This is a close-up of the individual quick couplers, which they've got the bulkhead, which allows them to attach really nicely to this bracket. And then this is the female side of the quick coupler. Now there will be the hoses, of course, going from here up to the steel lines on the loader. In this case, the loader just isn't installed on the tractor yet, and the technician was putting the joystick kit on before the loader was added. This bracket here, as you can see, it's mounted to the tractor right now. This is just to make everything nice and neat and tidy for transporting it to the next location where the loader will be added. This will end up being installed on the mounts of the loader. Then coming down under here, there's an L-shaped bracket which is bolted up to the body of the tractor, as you can see back there. So here you've got the hoses going to the loader and the grapple. Up here you've got the pressure. Here you've got the return. And then here you've got the load sense. And then here, these are the cables. This is the hardware that attaches the cables to the spools of the control valve. Those are controlling the loader and the bucket. And then here, this is a solenoid, and the wiring harness is attached to that. And then that, along with the solenoid on this side, those are controlling the grapple. This is showing the control valve bracket from the top, where you can see that there's the 4 bolts that are holding the control valve to the bracket. And then you can see too over there where the L goes down and it's attached to the body of the tractor. And then I'm just gonna This is one example of where the bolt is holding the control valve to the bracket. There's skids on the control valve, and then that's what the bolt is going through. In this close-up, you can see that the bracket is bolted to the tractor, and those are existing. There were existing bolts there. Those bolts were taken out, and then these bolts, which are included in the kit, were put in, but it doesn't require drilling a hole into the tractor. I'm just going to slowly show where the cables are going. They're going up through the floor of the cab in where they're attached to the joystick, which is mounted between the seat and the console. And this is a wire from the wiring harness, also going up through the floor. I'm just going to go inside the cab here and take a look at the joystick. From the distance here before I go in, you can see that the joystick is mounted on a bracket between the seat and the console. And then this will just show a close-up of it. So the joystick is, it's it's manual for the loader and the bucket, but then you do have the buttons on the handle, which are controlling the grapple, open and close on the grapple. And then here you've got the lockout tab. And then this bracket for holding the joystick, as you can see here, it slides under the seat just a little bit, and it's using pre-existing bolts there as well. And so that puts it in a nice spot where it's easily accessible by the operator. This is where the wiring harness is plugged in. And then both the wiring harness and the cables are going down through the floor. Now, in this case, our technician did slice a little bit into the mat. Normally this would all just slide behind the mat, but everything was so tight in this case that he did that. And then he did actually drill the hole in the floor as well, for the wiring harness and the cables to go down through. This is looking at the back of the John Deere 7130 tractor. With this kit, we did go ahead and put in the Power Beyond block here, where you can see that this cap was removed and then 3 longer studs were put in. This studs go all the way through back here. And then the Power Beyond block was added, and you can see each port is labeled. You've got load sense, pressure, and return. And then this cap was put back on, and then the hoses were attached to the Power Beyond block, and then they're going down to the valve supplying the pressure, the return oil, and then also the load sense oil. However, on this John Deere 7130, the Power Beyond block, while it can be used, wasn't necessary because the ports down under here, you've got the load sense, and then these aren't labeled, so I'm not sure which is which, but you've got the pressure and the return ports down here as well. And so one of the drawbacks about putting your pressure, return, and load sense down here is just that it's pretty tight, so it's a little bit difficult to work down in there, but it does save you the cost of adding the block. Oh, and another thing to keep in mind too is that this isn't necessarily always available on each of the 20 and 30 series tractors. So it's something to check before getting your joystick kit.